and welcome back to the channel where I talk about basically whatever I want. This week's feature is Amphibia! Woo! In all seriousness though, we are so close to the premiere of Season 3, y'all! It is coming out October 2nd, if I am not mistaken. So, yeah, basically just a week or so left until the premiere of Season 3! Isn't that exciting, Blood Rain? She's excited, and I'm not feeling all by myself. So I decided to draw this bit of art. It's not much. It's just a little thing that I did. I hope you like it, though. I worked kinda hard on it. But the bulk of what I wanted to talk about today was just my hopes for Season 3 and how everything ends. Honestly, I'm not too worried about how Season 3 is going to unfold, because given everything that I've seen for Seasons 1 and 2, I have faith in the crew and the animation people. I do think that Anne's superpowers are definitely not going to look as pretty as that final scene in Season 2, which leaves me feeling very sad. But you know, you got a budget and you got a time limit and whatever. Yeah. We all make sacrifices. Mine is just the fact that, you know, I didn't have breakfast this morning so that I could sleep in. You know, pros and cons. Back to my original quandary. Some things that I am just hopeful for in Season 3. Well, for starters, I hope that the production quality will remain intact. They've been doing a very good job so far. I just hope that they continue to do a good job. But I really actually hope that they properly redeem Sasha, because she's had the most interesting story arc out of all of the characters, I feel like. That doesn't mean I think she has the best arc, it's just the most interesting. I got something stuck in my throat! Oh, thank you, that cleared it right up. I really hope that they actually manage to combat her negative personality traits and she actually does learn to be a better person, because so far they make it seem like she's just relapsing over and over again, which is realistic, but you know, it doesn't exactly make for great television when that's the only thing you're doing. Yeah, repetitiveness and slow burns can be worn out if you use them too much. Miraculous. I was just thinking about what she said in the dinner party episode, how she says that she might not want to change and how she's happy with who she is. And you know, that is a very common thing for lots of people to say. Sometimes they like their negative attributes. Sometimes they like the things about them that maybe aren't the best for the people around them. And sometimes they don't even see that there is a problem. And that's a very real, very relatable thing to have put in a character, but at the same time, just because you like something about yourself, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Like, for example, when I was growing up, I had big pride and stubbornness issues. I was one of those little kids that, you know, wouldn't shut up after you told me to shut up, and it was very loud and obnoxious. And at the time, I thought that that was a character strength, and in reality, all I was doing was annoying my family and alienating myself from all my friends, and generally being a nuisance. So, yeah, needless to say, I have tried to curb that personality trait. That was a tangent. Anyway, I hope that, Sasha's character continues to grow, and I hope she grows out of her controlling behaviors. She finds a healthy way to move forward. All the best of luck to her. I just really hope that she doesn't end up, you know, taking 5 steps backwards like a certain other character I can think of at the top of my head. Another thing I'm just really anxious to see is, you know, Marcy being Marcy, and now being in a very precarious situation. It's always fun when your friends get taken over by some sort of evil entity from another dimension. Woohoo. I'm not exactly sure what my hopes are specifically for that. I hope that Marcy is okay in the end. I hope that all 3 of the girls get to go home in the end. Well, to be frank, I hope that the finale is actually really good. I'm curious to see how all of this is solved because, okay, on one hand, you have the bad guy who needs to be defeated, otherwise he'll take over, you know, all the different dimensions. So we have to stop him, right? That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is getting Anne and her friends back home where they belong, right? But there is a complication to that one, considering the fact that maybe they would want to live in Amphibia, which ties into the third thing I want to talk about, which is the fact that what are they going to do with the planters, right? Are we going to have the ability to dimension hop and they're going to visit each other? Will they have to say goodbye in the end? Or will all 3 of the families just say, hey, let's all move to the frog world and live out the rest of our days there? It's a possibility. Or maybe they'll pull a Star versus the forces of evil on us and have all of the dimensions come colliding together so we won't have any of these problems, we just get all the benefits. I'm genuinely curious to see how it all goes down. I think that Anne saying goodbye to the planters would be a very, very bittersweet ending that I could be okay with. It would be a very emotionally mature route. I would be messed up by the end of it, but I would appreciate their boldness in having a very mature ending like that. But that also begs the question, you know, what's going to happen with the Calamity box? Because the Calamity box is what allows them to travel between dimensions. And if they always have it powered up, you know, or, you know, they could just decide to destroy the box since it causes more harm than good, thus leading into the ending I was just talking about, which actually seems to be the most logical step forward, unless they just defeat King Andreas and the other bad guy right off the bat. But you know, that also begs another question. Are we going to see more of ancient Amphibia? I am really excited to see more flashbacks and to get a feel for what Amphibia was like 1,000 years ago. I think that'd be really cool. And you know, I just really hope that we'll get to see some really cool scenes in this season, some really great animation. What I saw in the little promo clip that they released looks, you know, like standard animation quality, but you know, there were some moments where I feel like they were cutting corners, but that could just be me overreacting. I just hope that the quality is at least the same as it was in seasons 1 and 2. Disney, please don't strangle this beautiful TV show. Just let it actually thrive, okay? You know, always living in fear of the mouse. That's gotta be fun. And this is why I never wanted to work for Disney, y'all. This is... Anywho. So yeah, I'm just excited to see what they do. I have faith in the crew. I have faith in the team. And I'm gonna bring some tissues with me because I'm gonna be prepared to cry. I have a feeling we are going to see some pretty major stuff go down, and I know for a fact that I will not be able to handle most of it. So yeah, tissues will be at the ready, for me at least. And I hope to see you all there when we watch the premiere together. So that's it for today. Have a nice life and drive safe. Wahoo!